No, one of these men would even think their wife would ever have an affair. No way! My wife would never see anybody. She's off on the Canary Islands right now with my buddy. No, our egos are so big that we wouldn't even notice she was. I mean, these guys are all very rich, mind you. So they don't even notice when their wife's gone because they're off screwing many other people. But that's besides the point. He's the one that taught me to value every aspect of a woman. And the reason he gave is what fascinated me. The reason why you want to, what word did he use? Ingratiate yourself with the presence of a beautiful woman is so you can connect to your higher God self. That's what he said. I'm like, what? I didn't even like the word God back then. I was young, dumb boy, I just, whatever. He made it clear to me that there is no way you can be complete as a man from an earth to the universe standpoint without understanding female energy. He sat and explained it to me. What makes a true man. He pointed out that every world leader had a woman that was devoted by his side, and at the end, it's always the woman calling the shots and protecting him, because he's worn out. Reagan, think about it. All the world leaders, Reagan, worn out, wearing it out. Nancy at the window, look, he's been shot, fuck off. Name one. Bill Clinton, all right, so he got sperm on her shirt, fuck off. They stand by their side, and they're there. There's not a world leader of man in power who doesn't have that. That's a pretty good point he's got there. Let's go through history. How many men in history of power didn't have a woman by their side? Oops, he's got a good point there. What they all have is a solid woman to be a complete man. Now, how many of you guys think that you can be a complete man without a woman in your life? I would like to know that. Is there anybody who does? Because I'd like to hear that standpoint. Or nobody wants to admit it.
I think you need to be comfortable enough with yourself, whether or not you have a woman in your life, that you're happy even just being with yourself.
I agree, but to see myself dying and not being able to feel the touch of a woman in my life. Now, for anybody who's gay, just reverse it, whatever, the touch of a man in my life. But you want that connection. I shall never forget, and that is his actual name, Huey, because he's the one who said, think about it, what the hell are you doing? Who treats you better? Who nurtures you? What did your mother do? I mean, he worked on me for days. He pointed out the world. He pointed out what women accomplish and invent in the world. None of it is destructive. You got a pretty good point on that one. And then look at what men invent.
Except for Ayn Rand. I mean, have you ever heard of Ayn Rand?
Mm-hmm. She's a writer from Russia.
Well, yeah, she was, but I mean, she wrote like the book on like business and things like that. So I'd say that if anyone, there's just as an example of possible woman who did some kind of destructive.
Her books changed the way capitalism was run in North America. Yeah. She was a highly amazing and also accredited intellect in Russia, who wrote books from Russia to America, and Russia allowed them to go over there. No writer had accomplished that. And her books inspired capitalists to be even greedier. So actually,
that's my point. That's my point I was trying to make.
Yeah, you may have made your point. Her books made capitalists even more head-cutting. Her books were so well written. I read through them. They're amazing. They made me want to go out and make money and step on the small person right away. Hi, how you doing? Give me that $1. That's it. They're totally inspiring books. I've changed since that time. But I did actually apply her inspiration to my business. She's a shark. And yeah, it's funny you brought her up. Wouldn't want to date her. Interestingly, she had lovers all over the world and was known to be an avant-garde great lover. And the men she dated were intellectually world famous, and all of them got dumped by her. She was a player. So I find in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, that's also quite amazing. A female who has books all over the world from Russia, who humps and dumps men. But apparently to be humped and dumped by her was a total pleasure, so. And that's the difference with men right there. You hump and dump a woman, a guy gets humped and dumped. Yeah, man, she sat on me all night and then threw me out. There's the difference. What I'm not talking about, though, and should be talking about, is women who take advantage of that. Because that happens to us. We all need one of those. I've met one of those. I'm going to be quick in this one because the only way, and I want you guys to remember, you young guys, only way a woman can take advantage of a man is by offering him way too much sex and the man is stupid enough to fall for it. End of story. And in every case you see where a guy got hurt, 90% of the time, it involved either emotional codependency, where she was filling a need of the sick relationship you had with your mother, or she just gives way too much pussy and you just can't leave. End of story. She says every time you go home, she's ready to roll. And you're just like, I hate you. I have to have sex with you. I hate you. It's always the same, man. Bart, you my talks. You're gonna love this. I make this guy laugh very good. But it's true. Bottom line, it's true. And the most hurt I've ever seen men are the ones who really are crying over the loss of the sex. And they can't even remember the color of her eyes. She was beautiful, man. She had like eyes, and I'm like, yeah, okay. And I do have the ability to get along with women because I don't need to prove I'm a man. I don't need this power image and this amazing thrusto penis because I do Viagra day and night thing. And I don't need all that shit. I just need to be myself. And when you're yourself, women sense it and they reward you. We know this is true because if you remember in high school, women, you'd be sitting there thinking you're being a total geek and some girl would look and go, that was so cute. And we're like, huh? So that loser thing I do with my little twitch is cute. If a woman likes you, she likes you. End of story. We can't figure it out, you know? I mean, the obvious thing, then we all learn the obvious one, if you're the head jock and you're the this and that, or if you have power. By and large, you can always meet a woman that's a good woman, and if you don't set higher standards, well, geez, she's not tall and like sex all the time, like in my movies, and just enjoy the person, I guarantee you, you will have the most realistic bond if you just, your person enjoys her person. And I guarantee you, if a woman enjoys you, she will treat you awesome. That is a fact. And we base our society on it. Is it, if they left Christmas to men, do you think there'd be Christmas dinner every year and all the decorations would be up? And Christmas would be like we're tossing beers across the street that are gift wrapped. Go on, buddy. Merry Christmas. Stupid shit. You know, it wouldn't be like it is without woman. There is no doubt in my mind that women bring a beauty, a elegance, a charm, a warmth, a nurturing to an otherwise cold and harsh world. If it wasn't for women, we wouldn't have those soft, beautiful things in our life that help us make it through our power-tripping man life.
They enrich our lives.
In every way. Now, do we enrich theirs? Well, yes. They take a lot of shit. I don't know how they do it. They will take shit. Eddie Murphy said it all. If she catches you cheating, just deny it. You were sleeping with her on our bed. No, I wasn't. I saw you. No, you didn't. I'm not going to take this shit. Yes, you will. And then walk out of the room. And they will call you. You mad at me? It's just so bad. But it's true. Women are that good by nature. They are that awesome. They are that forgiving there in general. Now, there are men who feel the woman, like I say, you can meet one that can hurt you that are cruel. If there's a woman that has crushed you, I would suggest you look at yourself. Why did you allow yourself to be crushed? I always say that. I've been in relationships where a woman have tried to crush me. I'm going to date your best friend tonight. Well, good. He has smelly feet. Goodbye. Did all my relationships work out? No, I got married, have a daughter. I married her because she was hot. She modeled in LA. End of story. That's all I needed to know. I was 21. What did I know? I met her when I was 18. She was modeling in LA. She was the hottest woman I have ever seen in my life to this day. And she wanted me. This is rocket science. I was on it. I married her. I had a daughter with her. Although she did work as a model and had some worldly habits, she had other habits that I could do without. So I was young. I made mistakes that you don't want to make. Yes. So by the time I was 2 years older than you, I had a business, but I also had a daughter. So now I'm trapped in hell with a woman. But I have a beautiful daughter I'll never regret. But these are the things people do. The things we do for women. Men think they're right a lot, but here's the truth of what I've seen. Every relationship I've seen, the woman is usually right. I was just talking about this. The woman's usually right. When it comes to finance, 90% of the time she's right. If you spend that money there, you're going to regret it there. No, I won't. 5 months later, shit, I should save my money. They do it every time. Women are right about the kids. I think they've been smoking pot upstairs. Honey, they wouldn't smoke pot upstairs. Sure enough, the guy's growing a little cultivation farm in his closet, right? The wife was right. Her woman's intuition, right? It's an amazing thing. But we tend to downplay it, and that is what creates our little dance that we play. But I don't downplay it. I work with it. That's why my business partner, Erin, was a client of mine who now is my business partner. And I didn't downplay her intuition and her drive. We write our own newsletter, but she's the one who puts it to font and gets it out there. You know, she kicks ass. And I respect and honor that in her. So with my knowledge of what I know in pregnancy, I help her through all the pains in her back, and her husband totally understands where I'm coming from. He gets it. I love the way she can sit in a room full of men and nobody thinks get rid of the chick. That's what you're about, Erin. You're just kick-ass, and men sense that in you, and nobody gets in your way, a little dynamo. And I appreciate what you do for this business and what you do for other women. And you help them understand men, so there's a lower rate of divorce in this place. Because the men here are special. Holy shit, man. What did you do for the first 10 years out of high school? I grew pot. Okay, so now you're 50. What do you do? I grow pot. And you think she is a little bit out of sorts because she wants to travel outside of Canada. Yeah, no, I don't grow pot out of Canada. Whatever, buddy. I've never met 50-year-old men like on this island and over. It's cool. Yes, a lot of them work here and that, but there's a lot of pot growers here. I'm going to say. And they have a whole new mentality on relationships with women. I can't believe. You know? Yeah, well, why'd you throw out? She disagreed. Okay, then. She's not allowed to disagree. You don't own a woman. You live with a woman. We've been trained we own women.